Hey everybody, Rick here with Departure Heaven. I want to share something with you all, something that happened to me last night. I was led to something last night that the Lord, I believe, revealed to me, that He wanted me to see this, that led me to something else right afterwards. I'll explain. Last night, I was hungry. It was late. I got me a snack, and I sat down in front of my computer, and I said to myself that I want to watch something good while I'm eating my snack. And Greenland popped up in my head. I don't know where it came from. It just popped up in my head first. And I went ahead and started watching the movie Greenland. And the movie is about, if you've never seen it, it came out a couple of years ago, about a comet-like asteroid, almost as big as a mountain, or as big as a mountain, that hits the Earth. And during the movie, the beginning of the movie, they get a message. The comet, first fragment of the comet hits the Earth in the beginning of the movie. And people get an emergency text on their messages and on their TVs at home saying they are to report to this location, to board a plane to head to Greenland. And Greenland, apparently in this movie, is supposed to be the safe haven for everybody to survive this impact that's coming. And they gave it a name in the movie, forgot the name of it, but it doesn't matter. Whatever they named it, they named it. And I thought about it, and I said, wow, this is interesting, this movie, because I've seen it a long time ago. I remember seeing it after I started watching it, so I think I've seen this before. I watched it, didn't watch all of it. After I got off that movie, I was thinking about it, Greenland. And I said, well, why Greenland? And I thought to myself, I've heard this before in the news just these past few days ago. So I flipped on YouTube, and I was led to a video on there. A man that was talking about Greenland. He brought up the word Greenland in his video. And he also brought up a comet asteroid named Apophis. And he said that this thing is on its way to Earth. And when it comes into the atmosphere, it's supposed to skim our satellites, like hit them. And literally, this thing will hit our satellites. That's how close it's going to be. If it hits the satellites, it's close enough to get into the atmosphere and hit our Earth if it's going to be that close. If it's big as a big mountain, it's obviously going to hit the Earth, I would think, in my opinion, if it's already that close. Because the satellites are small compared to this thing. So it would easily be pulled into the Earth's atmosphere. Its gravitational pull would grab onto something that big. Something small would probably not be attracted to that because it's so small. But something that big would easily enter into that gravitational pull. In other words, it would attract it quickly and pull it into the Earth. And I thought to myself, why Greenland? Because that's the safest area. In the movie, they portray that as the most safest area to be. Because when this thing was coming in the movie, they got a text message on their phones at the beginning of the movie. One of the fragments broke off and hit somewhere near Florida. That's how the movie started. And then they got a text message. Select people got a message on their phone saying to report to this airport immediately. Grab what you need, small items, and pack up. And they were specifically told to meet at this time. And they did. Well, in the movie, when he was at the grocery store, like about 45, 50 minutes before that alert came on his phone, he saw a lot of military plane jets, like commercial-sized jets, just flying across in droves, like a bunch of them. And he was wondering, that is weird. Why are they seeing all these jets? And when he got to the facility where the planes were at, that's what those planes were. They were apparently flying hundreds of people to Greenland. And that is where in the movie, that's why they call the movie Greenland, because that's the safest place in the world during this impact of this asteroid. So now I thought to myself, after I turned the movie off, I said, I've heard that name somewhere. And I flipped on the YouTube channel, and there this man was talking about Apophis, and he also brought up Greenland in the same video. And why are they trying to get Greenland right now? Why is Trump so eager to buy Greenland? Why are they trying to get it? What is the big deal with that? Okay. And what are they not telling us, folks? And there's something going on with there's a satellite they sent up. It's not really a satellite. It's some kind of, I forgot the name of it. I'll have to get it. I'll show it to you on the video if I could find it, because I'm going to edit this video and put stuff in it. So this satellite nudges meteors and comets, but this thing is big. This Apophis that's coming, they're saying it is as big as a mountain. And I said, I've heard about this in the Bible, Revelation 8, that this thing is the same thing that fits the description of the Bible. Apophis fits the description in Revelation 8. It's the size of a burning mountain. Revelation 8 reads this. And you look at it, and if this is true, if it's coming, and it does hit the earth, that will fulfill Revelation 8, Apophis. Now, there's a guy named Tom Horn that was on here. He died a few years ago. About 3.5, 4 years ago, he released a video on a show. He was on a show that was invited on, and he said something about this Apophis that is coming in 2029. And he said that this thing is coming because God revealed it to him in a dream. Previous dreams he's had, they have all came true. One was about Pope Benedict resigning, and it came true. He knew that way ahead of time. And now this was his last vision dream that he had before he died, was about Apophis coming. And he said in the show that it is coming and it's going to hit the earth. Now, some will speculate that that's not going to hit the earth. I don't know if it's going to hit the earth. Okay? But if this turns out to be true and it does become, this thing becomes, Apophis becomes Revelation 8, then folks, they're saying that this Revelation 8 actually happens at the latter half of the tribulation. In other words, you have the first 3.5 years, and then you have the Great Tribulation, which is the last 3.5 years. According to Revelation 8, Apophis, or the burning wormwood is what it's under. It doesn't occur to the last 2 years of the tribulation, right around there. If my calculations are correct, then that means that you count back 7 years, which basically from Revelation 8, which is the last 2 years of the tribulation, it happens, you got 2 more years, you count all the way back. That brings us to 2026 for the start of the tribulation. That means the rapture would have to take place over the next 6 to 12 months. It would have to take place sometime this year or early next year, very early next year, like the first month or so. Call me crazy, folks, but if this thing turns out to be it, then we would have to be out of here. And I know I'm speaking for God, and I'm sorry, but we would have to be out of here this year. Because if that is Apophis is Revelation 8, that doesn't happen until the latter half of the tribulation. So if the rapture takes place now and the start of the tribulation doesn't start till, let's say, later half of this year, let's say September, it starts. Let's say part of 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 2032, or maybe 2031, maybe the middle of 2031, Jesus would have to come back to the earth. So 2029, 2030, 2031, 32. So it's right there. It's right around just after the 3.5 years of that part. The rapture would have to take place really, really quickly right now for us to meet that deadline. And I'm really, wow. I'm all like, could this be why I thought about that in my head right before I was to sit down to eat? That just popped up in my head. It led me to that video about Apophis. And now I'm bringing this to you now on this video. Could be. The Lord is revealing this to me through someone else. Maybe He wanted me to get this to you, folks, because it may be very well be Revelation 8 that's coming in 2029. I hope it is. Because if it is, then we're going to be out of here this year. This will be the year we finally go home. And the evidence supports it because they all are going after Greenland right now. Why do they need to get Greenland so quickly? Why the big push for Greenland? Why do they need it so fast? And I even heard that military force might be involved just to get this country from them. Could it be that they know something we don't know? That they need it and have it ready in time for 2029? It could be. And all of a sudden, this big push to get AI going in 2025, maybe it's because it has to be done before the arrival of the Antichrist and the rapture of the church. It could be. It's all happening so quick. There's this big rush. And it could be that Trump was put in there to speed things up so we can meet the deadline for the rapture of 2025. Because if Biden was in there, everything would be going snail pace like Sleepy Joe has all 4 years. Nothing was going. It was just snail pace. Everything he did took a long time to do. Maybe God said, I have to get things moving because I'm coming in 2025 to get my church. I need someone that's going to move quickly. And God's like, I need Trump in there because He knows how fast he moves. This first 8 days or 9 days now, look how much has happened in just 9 days. Could it be that's why God kept him alive, avoiding assassination not once but twice? I don't want this to be a long video, but if this is really coming, and this is all my calculations are correct, then we don't got much time left. You need to get saved today. This is an urgent message from Departure Heaven that you need to get saved right now. Get off the fence. Quit waiting for proof. It's getting ready to happen. The horn is about to blow any day now. If we're in our final 6 months or 8 months, which really would have to be this year, actually forget about 2026. That would be too late. Actually it wouldn't be. It would still be. It's going to happen, and it would have to happen this year, I would think, to meet 2029 for Apophis. Okay? Yeah. Get saved. Stop playing around. Instead of me putting the credits up on the screen, this has been a special message from Departure Heaven. Get saved today. I love you all. Talk to you next time.